We're going to talk about shibori, which is just kind of like a fancy word for tie-dye. And what we're going to use to make this project today is we're going to use either a paper towel or a Kleenex. You'll need washable markers and a spray bottle of water. It is important that you have washable markers because if you're using permanent markers, it's not going to bleed through as easily as washable markers do. So they don't have to be Crayola, but any type of washable marker will work for this. So I decided to use a paper towel because it's a little bit bigger and it's a little bit more sturdy than a Kleenex. But the only issue with a paper towel is it's not a perfect square. So you'll have to make this paper towel a perfect square. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up this bottom edge with the side edge. So I'm going to take those edges and I'm going to line them up, and I'm going to make sure one end has like a perfect point. I may want those sides to perfectly touch, and then I press down the rest of it. And this extra space right here, I'm going to cut off with a pair of scissors. Now my extra isn't very big. You might have more extra than I do. So then once that's cut off, I have a perfect square. Now you're going to want to put your square in the shape of a diamond, and we're going to fold it 2 times. So the first time I'm going to fold it, I'm going to connect my top corner to my bottom corner. So I'm position it like a diamond, and I connect the top and bottom corner, fold it down. Now I'm going to fold it again, and this time I'm going to connect my 2 side corners. So I'm going to have the 2 side corners touch, line it up, fold it down. Now this part that's open, those are going to be the edges, and this part right here that's kind of closed off, that's going to be the center. So whatever I color in this area is going to be repeated 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So if I do kind of a quarter of a circle, then it'll become a full circle. If I do a quarter of a square, it'll become a full square. So you kind of want to think about what you want to do before you do it. I'm going to use greens, blues, and yellows for this one. And I'm going to switch it up. Let's do kind of like maybe like a diamond shape. I'm going to color that in. You want to press really hard. You want to add a lot of color to this. So I now have to repeat that green diamond 2 more times. So I have to kind of open this up and just repeat it on one side. So I don't have to do it on this side and this side. I just have to do it right here. So I'm going to draw my diamond. Then I'm going to flip it to the back and do it one more time. So I have to repeat it 1, 2, 3 times. And now I'm back to the front. So I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to do some yellow. And once again, I have to repeat that 3 times. So 1, 2, 3 times. And I want to make sure I'm doing it the exact same, or as close to the exact same as you can get it. And the marker bleeds through so you can see kind of how the last thing was. And then I'm just going to keep going, and I'm going to have fun with it. So here we go. Alright. So that's pretty much all the color I want to add to this. I like keeping a little bit of white because I know the colors are going to blend together. So I don't want to put colors that aren't similar too close to each other. So if I put orange and blue too close to each other, then they're going to create a brown color. So I put some space between those. Now, green and yellow, those are next to each other in the rainbow. So I can put those next to each other and they'll blend really nicely. Just like over here, the blue, the purple, and the orange blended really well together. So I can put those close together, but anything that won't blend well, anything that's not next to each other in the rainbow, you should probably leave a little bit of space. Now this is the fun part. I'm going to take my paper towel and I'm going to put something under my paper towel so I don't get the table wet. So I'm just going to use paper plate. I like this paper plate because it has that shiny, silky texture to it. So the water's it's not going to soak up water. I'm going to take my spray bottle and I'm just going to spray everything and you'll see that it starts to blend the colors. And then I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to spray my other side. Flip it over again, and you spray one more time. And it's very tempting to want to open it up right now and see what it looks like when it's all done, but you need to not do that. You need to leave this alone and let it dry. I would leave it alone for like an hour. Let it dry and then you can open it up, because if I try to open it up now, the paper towel might break. It might break off. So you just have to let that dry. Now, I will show you guys kind of how these looked before I opened them up. So before I opened this one up, this is what it looked like. I had orange, purple, blue, orange, purple, blue, orange, purple, blue. I kind of lost the orange right there. And then this one looked like that. So I had orange, purple, blue, some yellows, and some red. So that's kind of how they looked like when I finished them. And then when you open them up, they look a lot cooler. You can kind of see the design form once you open it up. So that is kind of our Shibori tie-dye lesson for this week. I hope you guys have fun with this, and I can't wait to see your dyed fabric. Have a great week.